Warning! This video contains spoilers for The Mandalorian and Grogu. Proceed with caution. What is up, my Eagle Fang badasses? Last weekend, The Mandalorian and Grogu hit theaters. So today, we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. For those of you who are new here, my name is Alex, and every single week I either do something fun, nerdy, or badass in hopes that it inspires you to follow your dreams. So, if you think that's something you can relate to, you should consider clicking that subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so, it helps out the channel a ton, and it'll even notify you when I post a new video. So it's a win-win for all of us. As you already saw in the intro, today's video does contain spoilers for The Mandalorian and Grogu. So this is your final spoiler warning. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off now. We good? Alright. On to the review. The Mandalorian and Grogu is the next installment in the Star Wars franchise that follows a Mandalorian named Din Djarin and his apprentice Grogu on their next adventure. The Mandalorian and Grogu is a movie directed by Jon Favreau, and it actually continues from the Mandalorian TV series, also directed by Jon Favreau. The Mandalorian and Grogu opens with Mando and Grogu on a mission from the New Republic where they are pretty much hunting down remaining Empire remnants, because in the Mando and Grogu timeline, it is post-Empire. It's after the Battle of Endor. It takes place a couple years after the Battle of Endor. So now Grogu and Mando are working for the New Republic. They take down a Empire group, and then they go back to their New Republic base, where Mando's put on a mission to rescue Rada the Hutt. Yeah, that stupid little Hutt that was introduced in that Clone Wars movie to be Jabba's son. Yeah, that character. He's on a mission to find him and bring him back to his aunt and uncle. But plot twist ending, his aunt and uncle actually want to kill him, and there's a whole thing behind it. Mando goes on a mission to find Rada the Hutt, because the Hutts have information on another rogue Empire operative named Coin, and it just so happens that Rada is a gladiator under Coin, so yeah, very predictable coincidence. Anyway, the movie itself is not that deep. It actually feels like 5 episodes of the Mandalorian TV series mashed together into one movie. Was it bad? No, I don't really think so. Did it deserve to be a movie? God, no. I guess the big key takeaways here are, if you want to see more of Mando and Grogu, this movie gives you that. Unlike Season 3 of the Mandalorian TV show, which they got sidelined half of that season. So if you're in it for Mando and Grogu, you get a lot of that. If you're wondering what Zeb is up to from Rebels, he actually plays a big role in this movie, and you get to see a lot of him. And if you were ever curious about Rada the Hutt from the Clone Wars movie, they do more with him here. But aside from that, it's very unconsequential. Nothing really relatively major happens. It's just another adventure for Mando and Grogu. The stakes are lower than they've ever been, basically. A very safe piece of content they tried to push out there. So, would I recommend going to see this in the theater? If you have nothing better to do, then maybe. But overall, I would give this movie about a very low B, high C. I think that's a fair grade if I were going to give it that. And yeah, The Mandalorian and Grogu is pretty much just the next chapter of what should have been Season 4 of the TV show. Now, I already have a video on this channel where I rank all the Star Wars movies, so I'm just going to add The Mandalorian and Grogu into a quick ranking for you now. And if you want to see my full opinions on all the Star Wars movies, I recommend watching that video. It should be in the card somewhere, but if it doesn't pop up, then the description for sure. So, the rankings go as such. At 12, Last Jedi. At 11, Rise of Skywalker. 10, Solo. 9, The Phantom Menace. 8, Attack of the Clones. 7, The Force Awakens. 6, The Mandalorian and Grogu. 5, Revenge of the Sith. 4, Rogue One. 3, Return of the Jedi. 2, A New Hope. And 1, The Empire Strikes Back. Now, if you're wondering why I would have The Mandalorian and Grogu so high at 6, it's actually because I really like the first 2 seasons of the TV series. And when I judge it based on it being a movie based off a TV show, and I look at what they did in the movie, it's actually around the same relative quality of season 1. I liked season 2 a little better than season 1, but I would say it's around the same quality. It's not really much better, but it's not really much worse either. So it's about the same. And yeah, I loved the first 2 seasons of the TV show. Season 3, I wish they would just erase from my memory entirely, because The Mandalorian Season 3 was
the biggest piece of dog shit
I have ever seen. But the first 2 seasons are great. So yeah, overall The Mandalorian and Grogu was good, but it wasn't nearly as good as Season 2. There is so much that's really good about Season 2, like the scene you're watching on screen right now. This scene where Luke is just taking out these dark troopers and Luke Skywalker is coming back as the Luke Skywalker we've wanted since The Force Awakens. Yeah. The Mandalorian delivered on that. And it had an awesome finale in Season 2. Honestly, if they were going to make anything from the TV show into a movie, it should have been this episode. Anyway, The Mandalorian and Grogu, I would say, is a solid C. Maybe very low B if I'm going to be super generous. So yeah, I'd recommend it, but with theater prices being so expensive, if you're expecting a big, awesome Star Wars movie, yeah, that's not where you're going to get. But if you're just expecting a new adventure with Mando and Grogu, and just the continuation of the TV show with the same kind of style and pacing, I would say give it a try. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. So if you think this video will inspire someone to follow their dreams, then please send it their way. With that, always remember to bite like an eagle. I'll see you next week. I'm on a mission to inspire as many people as possible to follow their dreams. So, if you liked what you saw here today, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot. Until next time, thanks for watching.